Alright, we're back. Classic Mario World 3. Let us begin this motorcycle frenzy. What's that like, you say? Well, there's some auto-scrolling. Remember those minecart things I had to do in Classic Mario World 2 or 1 or whichever? Well, now I got to do something like that with the motorcycle. Observe. You'd think this would be a bastard, but it takes good practice to do. And you gotta jump over these saws. These saws. Whipple! Yeah. This is a derivative of that 50s level in Crash Bandicoot 3, this music. How do I know that? Because I do. Don't worry though, it is a known fact that motorcycles are able to swim underwater. I know it seems ridiculous. So yeah, I had to stop recording yesterday because I thought I could record it while sick, but no, this time I'm prepared. This time I have my coffee, like I just cleared up. I just washed my mouth a lot, and we're all ready to go. Well, plus I was also just suddenly feeling better that night also afterwards. I'm just like, might as well just sleep now, and that's how that went. Go get a bunch of coins, see how that works out. Alright, well I have all the coins I need anyway. I don't know if I'll be able to do this in one shot, but getting all the coins in one shot is all I needed. You got that? And remember, motorcycles can jump on skeletons, but skeletons were not on motorcycles in the 1700s. Or 1800s. Look, Castlevania. That's not how that works. I know skeletons and motorcycles are really fucking cool, but that's not a possible thing in the 1800s. You stop that. Victorian era skeleton motorcycles, if you can imagine that. It's a good imagination I have. And that was for that N64 Castlevania game, which is a weird game to play in itself. I don't know if I'd recommend doing that. I suppose one day I'll have to play it, just for curiosity's sake. Well, no, there's some room for Castlevania stuff on my channel, just the more linear ones. I'm not gonna do the Metroidvania ones, but that's only because they count as RPGs, and so I haven't decided how I'm gonna LP RPGs, if at all, and that kind of counts as one. You know, your Symphony of the Nights et al. That's how we go to Jailhouse Rock. Super Mario Elvis Presley. Or, you know, if you get hurt in a particular way, you've got a Pelvis Presley. If you want something fun, you should learn how Elvis passed away. I mean, it's dreadful, but also at least, hey, you know, it's a way to go out. I can say that. That is the way of all the things. Motorola. Hello, Motorola. How was that? Did anyone get those flip Motorola phones like they're the best thing ever? No, I know, because they weren't. And you all knew it. Dan. On those things. Hopefully this continues in an upward motion where Mario can ride into the sunset and devise a plan to face these foul fools in a motorcycle. It's nice not being tired, but oh boy, did I exert some temperatures yesterday. And I'm still exerting them, but now I'm just like, oh, I can do this. Alright, Night of the Shell. That level used to have different music than it does, but I'm okay with the new music too, and you'll see why in a moment. Can you guess what this is? Let's just say it's the music from my favorite level of Mario Odyssey. That's my favorite one, man. Like the Wooded Kingdom. Yeah, that's the best. And the whole level goes on like this. Although also, I found out, this is one of only very few... This is like the only level I don't think I've ever encountered, which reminds me of a mechanic in Mario 3, which I don't use all that much. But basically, you find a star, and there's key blocks all out throughout the level that also have stars in them, as long as you're still invincible. And you could do that for pretty much the entire level. That's the first one you can touch and keep going from there, but I don't want to stop listening to music, and I also don't even need to be invincible all that much, all things considered. all you gotta really look out is it's a level filled with Scheller Brothers. And it's also going to probably involve Super Koopa. The Super Koopas are not ones I'd have to hang with unless I really need my barrels done. And he's got the shell, and he goes up this triangle. You gotta dodge it from side to side and go up here. How the hell would I do an LP of Odyssey? Dude, that game is huge. I should replay it though, because since I last beat it, like in a sense, 100% it, I think I remember they add a bunch of like costumes or whatever, so I have a reason to do it again. I had a lot of fun with the find where people put the balloons feature. I don't know if people are still doing that, mind you, but it'd be cool if they did, and I think it was a good way to like grind for coins while still having some fun. Sadly, you're kind of placed on a time limit when you do that kind of thing, but eh. That is the way when you got all this to say. I could have come up with that on my own. And then you want to say more. Put more in the comments. And if you don't, I will know. Nah, it's alright. Just chill out with me for a bit. This is how I chill out with some groovy music. Get out your sunglasses, drink your favorite, like, lemonade, or maybe have a sundae. One of those with a big old bendy straw and soak it up. Until all you have nothing else is air and you're stuck going, you know. Going up this place that I did not know about. The things that the coins that would do what the world says is a blue Yoshi, alright. I suppose there's another line to go up there, but since I'm flying already, why not take that chance? That chance that you do not need your pants. That's not... Sure, a lot of one-ups being around. Is the game where I'm dying? You know what's been really good? Because that yellow star block that gives you a star in your inventory is based on how many coins you have. I think some mods make it so that like takes out one of your extra lives in exchange for a star. And I think I prefer that system because that way I can guarantee to get one instead of just trying to depend on my coin count all the time, or it could just derive from my lives and my coins. So it'd be like, say it's 50 coins, but you only have 25. So it would take a life and then leave you with 75 coins, for instance. I know they could be programmed in. I'm just saying, give me a reason to use all these lives, because that might be one of the better ways you could involve that. Yeah, sounds a bit like TF2 in there for a moment. Let's go to 2 forward and snipe forever. That's what we do. Never mind the objective. Just snipers going at each other like we're trying to play Call of Duty. Even though that's the wrong game, you're on a team, act like it. Of course, I think they do have free-for-all modes anyway, so it's like, just do that. Is that such a bad thing? I suppose maybe it is not such a bad thing. And this is what you want to say. I'm just feeling like I got hit by a haymaker. That's how I feel right now. I just recovered from it. I guess you could say hay fever, but it's not quite that now. I've never had that risk. I think the only time it could risk me having like hay fever is oh no, I'm thinking of cabin fever. Hay fever is something else entirely. But yeah, I would think I would get cabin fever, but no, not unless the snow had like covered any possible way of interacting with the outside world. Would I worry about that? Or maybe out in the middle of nowhere. Well, I mean, this isn't exactly nowhere, but still. Maybe if you're on a deserted island, excuse me. Now we're going to get the secret exit. Why? Because it crosses all the checkboxes on my checklist that I made with my own 2 hands on a computer made by someone else. I recommend, even if you're not that good at like building computers, that you hire someone for a custom build for you. Because I knew all the parts of it worked. I'm just not a very hardware person when it comes to, I don't know. I never was the grease monkey. So I just looked up how all these parts work to check all the stats. What do all the stats fucking mean? And I say I got a pretty decent one. If my computer had any more specs than it did, like, I would have gotten a higher graphics card. The graphics card market is kind of bullshit. And even if I was playing some very modern games now, that'd still be like a few games, like say this year or something, that I'd probably ever need that for. And beyond that point, you would just have a literal supercomputer, and you don't need that unless you're trying to do like a big ass simulation for some, like, let's say you work for like the Hurricane Center or something, and you need to simulate what would happen with the weather conditions at certain points. Yeah, you need crunch a lot of numbers. That's how the professionals do it. Of course, with the data, they get it from just about, well, anyone, if you've heard of the Weather Underground. I like to get this checkpoint, and then I put him in my pants, and then I go up here, and I tell you what's up, and then I go down here, and I get another one up, and then I go and get another fucking star, and then I keep going, and then I keep talking like this, and then it doesn't stop, and you really want me to stop, but that's too bad, I still got another star up my sleeve, and if I get another one, you may just want to leave, and that's okay, there's other people to see, and I can just imagine that would not be very fun. We're here. Let's get secretive. That's how I feel about all this. Secrets among us. That's right. Ha ha ha. It's a secret level. Outline trouble. What's the trouble with outlines? It's those outline blocks that are used to block enemies. So we're going to encounter a bunch of those. You can go through them, of course, just not the enemies. Alright, so remember that sewer music? Well, here it is again, except I think this is from the death route of the sewer levels. Which is... And I'll just describe this really quick, because you haven't actually seen me go through a death route yet. It's basically you do the whole level, you do as much of the level as you can without dying before you get to a point where the death route opens up, and it's only open if you go from the beginning of the level to wherever that is without dying. I think it still stays there after you have access to it, at least while you're in the level before you actually leave. But whatever. We can go more into that when I do my Crash Bandicoot 2 playthrough, which is more likelier than ever now. I'm gonna jump on this little coop. This little coop is going to give me gas. This little gas is going to give me coop. There's lots of coop is giving me gas. And then all the gases come up and form and become noble. Nobility. Gotta get the money and put it in there. Yeah. Get a little sludged. All the little sludges. For all my pudges. And a lot of fudges. Let me tell you, when you get sick, your body just like sends you the hunger pangs like you would not believe. Seriously. And I'm already like high metabolism, so you can imagine that the grocery bill is quite high. Let's put it that way. Well, how does he do it? How is it not the... No, well, you know, if you, like, eat the right things, you can get away with eating a lot more. And also, like, if you, like, use a lot of energy. So, work hard, play hard. It's like, that's the way I wanna do it in life, because that's how I wanna ride the skulls, all the skulls, and those things. The blargs should have been colored to resemble the green, like, split pea soup lava. I would have liked that. That's okay. Just hold the jump button and bounce like you. Life doesn't really give a fuck. See, that wasn't so bad, was it? No, it wasn't. Do 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 ding, boom boom bang, and then you get an extra Sonic continue. All right, we're gonna need we need to have our stuff prepared before we enter the World 7 castle. Might be one of those Ludwig situate. Or no, wait, I already fought one Ludwig. Who the fuck's in Castle 7? Well, whatever. Going there soon anyway. You like my easy leaf access using a level that I was horrible at? Yeah. That's just me, like, snickering at it, being like, ha. That's right, we go over here. Pipe Maze Castle. Oh, well, obviously this is my favorite castle then. Duh. You know how much I love mazes. You motherfuckers don't even know. I can handle any maze you give me. I've even seen 4D mazes. And actually upwards of 9D, but, you know, yeah. Multi-dimensional mazes. I dare you to get through them. You can't. I don't recall myself ever being like a maze guy at first. But thinking back on it, I did have a lot of maze puzzle books as a kid. I'm just like, oh, okay. All that training from the back of the cereal box has prepared me for this moment. Okay, this is Bloody Tears. Specifically the remixed one from Castlevania 4, a direct port. Yeah. Should also play that. It'd be weird though. It's like, I'll go from Castlevania 1 and skip right to 4. Yeah, I don't know either. It's just that 2 and... Well, 3 is good, but it's, got multiple halves, so I haven't decided what to do with that. But it's not the only game I want to play that has multiple halves in it, so I have to really think on this, you know. Dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba, going there, going here. And yes, that does mean it's Block B from Super Castlevania 4. Super Castlevania 4. What was the point of adding the Super there? If it was just Super Castlevania without the 4, you know, I would have believed you. But you had to call it Super Castlevania 4. That's kind of like when you have, like, Super Star Wars 2, and you're like, what's that mean? I don't know, dude. All those thinking things I'd want to shoot at you. Lots of spitting fire. Just for kicks. I will not waste any more lives doing this. Let's go in the water. Go in the water and be safe. Well, it is a pipe maze castle. I imagine it'd be like similar to the layout of like what? World 3 of Yoshi's Island. That was a water castle, but you know, it implied sewer and pipes, so yeah. That's just what's going on. I don't know the entire point of putting a medieval castle in a modern day, you know, metropolis. There's actually 3 of those passages, and I chose the first passage. It was the simplest one for me to deal with. I know, you're probably those folks like, do all 3 of them! Ah! I'm like, nah. I do it works. Besides, this way, if you ever want to watch someone else play, they could choose a different path and be, like, cool and stuff. I think the other paths are, one's more water-based and one is more, like, speed-based, which is odd, considering this auto-scroll is pretty fast, but no, that one's really speed-based. Could have done the water path. Would have been okay, maybe. I definitely wasn't going to do path number 3, though. Odd how it happens in World 7 when I expect, like, the World 8 castle to have multiple passages like this, as would be a Super Mario World tradition. But I guess it doesn't have to do that. I mean, it can if it wants, but, you know, it's not a requirement. Deal with all the things laid out in front of you. That is the way we tell us all about the days that we live. What could this mean? It means you gotta scroll a bit, that's what it means. Oh, it means you have to guess the path. I don't quite know what the logic for the path was. I thought it was based on enemy position at first. And maybe it isn't. But whatever. You know, this works too. I just basically got it right the first time and happened to memorize the path afterwards. Except for maybe that last one, but hey, don't look at me. Look out, Mario. You're gonna get your hat eaten. Then it's safe, even though we fire stuff from the side of existence. Do-do-do. Yeah, there we go. That is all the things Okay, a little bit of translucency again. Can we stop doing that? I don't know what we're trying to do here with the translucent stuff. It made sense in, like, say, the ice world, but here, I think it's just something being forgotten about. Well, what a terrible way to go. Luckily, I got all the coins. That was a slip and fall. What you thought it was a slip, trip, and fall. We don't cover that. We just do slip and fall. Okay. First I slipped, and then I'm pretty sure I tripped, and then I fell. Plus, there's always 2 leaves available from that checkpoint, and I think I was right, like, near the boss. Oops. That's alright. It's just a poor way to go. Well, it kind of has more to do with this situation where I have to jump from these blocks. Actually, yeah. That probably has everything to do with how I died. See, that could have easily happened again. Jesus Christ. There we go. All the things laid out, going forwards in my little face. More scrolling? You son of a bitch. This got all out for me. Uh-oh. The game's structural integrity is breaking. Oh no. Well, okay, we got another checkpoint. This has to be it. Alright, let's do it. Who rules over this castle? Yeah, that's right. It's Iggy. Eat shit, everyone else. Iggy's got the best one. That's right. Iggy loves going in the pipes, but right now we just have this situation, which is interesting because the outlines account for other boss moves. I'm okay with that, I guess. It's not too bad. This whole battle is oddly enough one of the easier ones for me. Oh no, that could have happened. Well, except for the dodging, but hey, you know what? It certainly looks like a pattern that can be followed. Woo! Could you imagine if I died after jumping on him? Can you imagine it? All the things by fate, all the fatefulness. Alright, next time on Classic Mario 3, World 8, which is going to obviously be a lava world. That's not even a spoiler. Most World 8s have been lava worlds on this channel. So, have fun with that.